Well, how are you doing? Darrell Klassen here. It's good to see you again. One of the biggest questions I get is, Darrell, when I play in the rain, the ball won't go anywhere. And you are exactly right, it won't. Touring professionals are way better than you are, sir or ma'am. And when they play in the rain, they add at least one club on every shot. It isn't normal conditions. The atmosphere is heavy. You know how we've talked about the backward spin on the ball and how that creates air pressure underneath that's more than on top. Well, when the atmospheric pressure has increased by X amount, there's more pressure pushing down on the ball. It takes more here to get it to go, and it's flying through thicker air, especially in the rain. Now stop and think about, in fact, sometime when you're out in your car, just stick your hand out the window, whatever side you're on, and let the rain hit it, and it stings a little bit. If it's raining at all, it'll sting. What you realize, there's a certain amount of resistance just in the raindrops themselves. And most golfers don't take that into consideration. When you're playing in the rain, when there's rain coming down, your golf ball is flying through those raindrops, and every one of those raindrops is pecking on that golf ball to slow it down. I don't care which direction you're going or what you're doing, it's still taken away from your distance. So in the rain, you're going to lose distance. This is another one of those times you need to repeat after me. In the rain, I'm going to lose distance. I've got to take more club. I mean, how simple is that? But here's what happens, and this is where I've talked before about panicking. Because we lose distance in the rain and we're used to hitting our 7-iron 150 yards as an example, then in the rain we're trying to jump out of our socks to kill it to make sure I still get 150, and our whole game goes in the toilet. Now I want you to learn to, well, number one thing is when you're warming up out the driving range in that rain, you go out there and you hit some balls to a certain marker with your normal swing energy, okay? I never like to use more than 80% of my energy max all the time. I always had 20% in reserve at all times. So when I'd go out to the range, I would hit my normal swings. Oh man, let me take another club. Hit that, it's still not quite there. Grab one more, that's a little long, or that's just right. You've got to test on the driving range to see with your normal swing, not jumping out of your socks to kill it, but taking your normal swing, see how much the rain has changed the distance you're going to get that day. Those are people who play smart, the ones who know how to go in the rain and readjust and make calculations and make guesswork. It's guesswork, but you're making adjustments to account for how much the rain and the wet weather and the heavy atmosphere is going to affect how your golf ball reacts, okay? If there isn't too much wind, you won't see the ball squirting around very much in the rain like it does without. Although it's not going to go straight, it may slice a little less or hook a little less because, among other things, you're getting rain in those dimples. Everything's being affected when it's wet. It's not just you getting wet. Everything the golf ball does, your club face. When your club face comes through and it's damp and got moisture on it, or it's in the grass and it catches grass between the club head and the ball, you don't get the same spin. That ball will swirl around and won't travel as well. And in the rain, the ball is not going to hit and run on the fairway like maybe it normally does. So all of those things have to be taken into consideration. And so when you're in the rain, don't try to swing harder and overpower all the problems that you're facing and all the challenges it brought to you. Try to think how to flow with it. How do you flow with it? If the weather conditions with no wind at all, if the weather conditions are costing me 2 clubs and all day long, I've got to just throw the ego in the trash can and be willing to take 2 clubs extra and keep my normal golf swing going. Remember, it's the ones who play the smartest in the rain who play the best. It's not the ones who can overpower it the most. I learned that the hard way. I'm no different than you. A couple of my first professional events, when I went out there and had to play in the rain, there was no choice. I tried to overpower the golf course because I was going to shoot my normal shots and play my normal game. Oh, I could tell you what, I was a tour quality player and I played like doo-doo. It was terrible. And it was frustrating. I came in totally just worn out and defeated. I thought, man, I don't want to do that anymore. Well, over the years, I learned to play in about every kind of weather there was, and I learned in rain to not fight it. Go out to the driving range when I'm warming up and find out how many extra clubs I have to take, 1 or 2 or 3, to make my normal shots, and then account for the wind with and against you and on top of that. So if you've got a 2-club condition just because of the weather, and then you've got a 2-club wind where you normally hit an 8-iron, you're hitting a 4 hybrid. It's very different, trust me. And you're sitting there and your mind's going nuts because you're thinking, I can't, this is way too much golf club. You'd just be surprised what you have to do. So it's all learning how to think, use your head, stay calm, and go hit your shots and play the game and be smarter than the next guy out there. But you will not, none of us, you will not hit the golf ball as far in the rain. Quit trying. You're only defeating your own purpose. Stop it. You're only hurting yourself. Don't do it. Just go play golf. Have fun. Take extra club, 2 extra clubs, 3 extra, so you can swing smooth and your timing can be good so that you hit nice golf shots. All right? Go have fun in the rain. It's not bad. Once you can play in the rain, if it's not too cold, there's not that much wrong with it. I did get to it. When I say don't play in the rain, I don't like cold rain. Man, I can't stand the cold. Cold rain, I don't do well with that. Rain, I'm fine. Go out and have a good time in it, all right? Thank you. Darrell Klassen here.